Hello, everyone out there. Welcome to the latest and greatest episode of Dialogue Tree. My name is Ryan Smith, and I'm joined, as always, by my co-host, Jordan Sims. What's going on since the last time we spoke? 5 seconds ago.
I watched all of Haunted House on the Hill.
Oh! Wait, what? I think it's
Haunting of Hill House?
Haunting of Hill House.
Yes, I finished watching all of that, and that is definitely one of the... I'd say it's right on up there with Breaking Bad as far as...
Holy, you're below me.
As far as cinema... As far as
cinema.
As far as how it's filmed. I'm a sucker for long... what's it called? Not long-winded, but I guess long shots, like long one-shots, and they had a really cool one in that show.
You talking about one takes?
That's
where they don't cut or anything?
Yeah.
Oh, man, you should watch Dunkirk. 1917. Dunkirk. 1917. You should watch, or you should watch Dunkirk and 1917.
Yeah, I've heard.
But you should watch 1917 if you like one take, so where they don't cut.
Yeah, one shot. Yeah, because there was a lot of scenes. There was one in particular that I was just like, dang, like this is incredible. I'm excited for the, I guess, quote, sequel. It's not, a direct sequel to the story or anything.
It's a anthology.
Yes.
So it's following a different
haunting
family or haunt. Exact. Yeah.
And so yeah,
it comes out tomorrow, I want to say.
Yes. Yeah.
In time for the spookiest month of the year.
Yeah. So I randomly started watching that due to the recommendation of Ryan and James. So I figured I'd check that out, and it was good.
We'll have to watch season 2. I love that show. I think that's one of the best horror TV series that I've probably ever seen.
Yeah, it's definitely... I'm not...
At least the first season. It's only had one season.
Yeah, I'm not really one for, like, spooks and stuff like that. Like, I don't watch a lot of spooks or play a lot of spooks, but I enjoy, like, psychological type of entertainment. So, like Black Mirror and Haunting of House on the Hill, which I consider to be psychological more than it is horror.
Haunting of Hill House.
Thank you, yes.
Dude, what'd you think about... Oh, well, first of all, you haven't seen The Shining. You told me that the other day. You should watch The Shining. If you like psychological stuff, watch The Shining. It's one of the greatest psychological horror movies of all time.
Yeah, I do need to watch it. I think it's a couple bucks to rent on.
It's not the best, besides maybe The Babadook. Wait. Yeah, I love... What'd you think about the crook neck lady?
That blew my mind.
Yeah, no spoilers here.
Yeah,
but
no spoilers, but I was just like, what? And then some other stuff that was just interesting. Again, no spoilers, but like stuff with like the Red Room and how they explain that.
Yeah, towards the end.
Mm-hmm. I'm not one to just be impressed by children actors. Usually it's just like, okay, whatever, they're children, no big deal. But the children actors in this did a really good job.
Yeah, they're good. And I think Netflix does a pretty good job of finding, at least from what I can tell, child actors. They're the actors that are children in, what's the name of that Gerard Way show?
Oh,
the superhero comic book show.
Oh, The Boys?
No,
sorry.
On Netflix. It's the Umbrella Academy. The guy who plays one of the numbers.
5
isn't okay. I think that's a really good actor, and that's a really good show. I need to watch number 2. I need to watch season 2.
Yes, it is. I thoroughly enjoyed season 2 of the Umbrella Academy, and good to see that Netflix isn't just churning out bad stuff.
They have a lot of stuff, but it feels like their stuff has gotten better overall. I'm sure they still have a lot of crap, but it feels like they're able to have more hits than misses now.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So, and it's slowly getting me into, what is it? The spook and horror genre of...
Spook and horror? Oh, right.
So, I like that I'm dabbling in that genre, because it's not one that I particularly watch a lot of, and Haunting of Hill House definitely helped me step into that, because there was a lot of moments that I was like, damn, this is... And, I liked how they told the story, and so it was nice to...
I think, they did a really good job connecting the dots.
Yeah, because there were some things I was like, man, I want to look this up. I want to know about this.
Why would you want to look it up?
Well, I didn't want to spoil anything, but it was little background things that I didn't think would matter, and then
everything matters.
I
Don't look stuff up.
well, yeah, I didn't look it up. I waited, till the end, and they wrapped up everything.
Not knowing is half the fun.
They
Trying to figure it out is half the fun.
they answered all the stuff I wanted to know, and I was like, well, that's something. So I really enjoyed that. So if your friends recommend you to watch something, sometimes do it.
Especially if it's me, because I have the best recommendations every single time. Anything else before I said anything that I've been doing?
No, I'm happy that Blaze Ball's back.
It was gone?
Yeah, they took a siesta. They took a week off. Just
Okay.
who knows? I don't know what to do what, but they took a week off and they're back now. And since it's almost the weekend, they're slowly wrapping up this season. I think it's season 9 or season 10 or something. So hopefully the Philadelphia Pies will be able to knock out a win this season, and we'll see what happens when a team finally ascends.
How many is that? A certain amount of wins, or
You got to win. You got to be the champion 3 times to ascend, and that's all we know.
okay?
And then apparently
What if they get deleted?
that's fine because they randomly introduced shelling. Apparently there were people that were hacking the website to give themselves more peanuts to eat, which don't improve your gameplay at all. It just gives you more peanuts to click on and eat, and it does nothing for your players or anything for the game whatsoever. And so they started shelling players, which just puts the player in a giant peanut, and they can't play until they can get out of the peanut.
No, I'm saying what if ascending means the team no longer exists?
That'd be interesting. Nobody knows, because in the rule books it just says, this many wins and the teams shall go to blank, and blank
It says blank. It actually says the word blank.
No, it's blacked out.
Okay,
so like
redacted.
Yeah, a lot of the rules and book of Blaze Ball is redacted.
That's hilarious.
And so we don't know. And
I can't believe you're still into this.
I like it a lot. We just got what is it? They just got like partnered with birds or something. Like my team, we are now sweet with birds or whatever they call it. So if we play during bird weather, the birds are like on our side.
Okay. They like attack or something.
They like attack the other team or something like that. It's the weirdest shit ever, but I like it. And that's really it. I'm trying to get out of the sense of being burnt out of games.
Yeah, you haven't really played anything recently, have you?
No, I've really.
Yeah, the year discussion is going to be interesting.
It really is.
You better hope Cyberpunk's good.
You're not wrong about that, or else it's going to be Soccer Wars or something weird like that. It's going to be 2018 all over
This
again.
was like the year to play games, dude. Nothing really has gotten released. As if you compare it to the years before, it's been a slow year. A lot of stuff's been delayed. It was a great year to catch up on games. That's mainly what I've been doing, but you really have kind of taken a siesta of your own.
Yeah, I think it's just having done the same thing during this whole COVID thing. I think I've just kind of just burnt myself out of playing games, new and old. And so I've kind of just stopped and took a step back and just not played as many or at all, really. So, I'll pick up a game here and there, but it's not anything too crazy. It'll be like a match of Apex or something else I jumped in earlier today and didn't play very long, and then kind of got off of it and called it good. So that's kind of where I'm at. What you been up to?
I haven't really played anything new. I've still been playing games. It's the same old, same old. The only new thing is I listened to Joji's new album a little bit, Nectar.
Oh, what'd you think of that?
It's really good. If you don't know, Joji is, I guess you could call him kind of R&B-esque, who used to do these crazy YouTube skits under the pseudonym Filthy Frank. I actually like Filthy Frank a lot as well. But if you like the type of music, I highly recommend him. Just in general, I think he has. It's very different from anything I usually listen to. His music videos are also kind of weird and surreal. I never thought I would like this kind of music, and maybe I'm biased because I used to watch him on YouTube. I don't know, but I think it's great. I didn't listen to the whole album. I listened to maybe half of it, and I don't really listen to music while I'm home. I usually listen to podcasts or, watch something on YouTube, Twitch or something. But if I'm driving, sometimes I do. So I checked it out, and I definitely recommend it.
Nice. Yeah, I can say for one that particularly does not care for the Filthy Frank videos or anything of that sort. I thoroughly enjoy Joji's music. I just like his sound he has.
But this isn't a Joji or music podcast. This is a video game podcast. And on today's topic, we thought we would talk about free-to-play games.
Yeah, it's definitely something that is on the up and up right now with everything, really. You know, a lot of the big hitting popular games right now are free-to-play.
What really kind of made me want to talk about this was a couple weeks ago, the Rocket League became free-to-play. Of course, on PC, it's only on Epic now, which some people are upset about. But then you can also pick it up on Switch, Xbox, and PlayStation 4 for free. I don't know how long ago, but Epic bought Psyonix, the developer of it. So unsurprisingly, they did make it on. They put it on their store exclusively. But this is a big game. It's one of the biggest games in the world, and now you can get it for free. And for years, like 4 or 5 years, it was crazy. I looked back when I played on my profile because I re-downloaded on Epic and it let me sync my PlayStation with my Epic. And it has been like 4 or 5 years since I played. It's crazy because I put so much time into that game. And it's good because now, I mean, the game is massive. One of the biggest games in the world. It's kind of quietly. You don't really think about it, but then, you know, Rocket League, it's always one of the biggest games on Twitch. If you look on Steam charts, it's always up there in the Steam charts. So I'm happy for people to be able to play it. And of course, that is one of the boons, one of the good things about free-to-play games.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Rocket League's one of those things that I don't particularly play myself.
Have you played it?
I don't think I have. But I enjoy watching it every once in a while. It's kind of crazy because you don't really think it would be enjoyable to watch, but it actually is.
I think it's really enjoyable to watch if they know what they're doing.
Oh yeah, most definitely. It's sometimes I'll pop in and watch random people play it on Twitch just to see what they're doing. And I may not understand how they get the car to move like that, but
you gotta try, baby.
It just doesn't seem like my thing, man.
Why not? How do you know?
I don't know. I like soccer. I kind of compare it to Lucio Ball. I don't really enjoy a Lucio Ball, so I assume this.
Well, it's a better version of Lucio Ball. So if you don't like Lucio Ball at all, I like the base Lucio Ball. I think it's a fun distraction. I think it's crazy that Overwatch has made Lucio Ball the premier summer event and hasn't added anything else really for however long, 4 years or whatever now.
Yeah, about that probably.
So yeah, but I think it's a fun distraction, but not deep. It's kind of a deeper, better all around Lucio Ball.
Yeah, it definitely seems like there's a lot more to do with how you control your character or car in this aspect of, you know, to make it move and go the way you want.
Yeah, it's crazy how it's just crazy in general, not just how they control it, but the concept is so weird and out there. And now that it's free to play, the people that were kind of turned off by that strange concept have no real barrier to play. They have no barrier of entry, no cost or anything, and it's on every system except mobile. So
yeah, and
I wouldn't be surprised if it at least comes to Android. Although I don't think it would come to Apple because, you know, Epic's beef with Apple.
Yeah, that's definitely true. I could see this being a really successful mobile game for people to enjoy. I mean, why not? People can hook up Xbox controllers or PlayStation controllers to their phone, or just have really good on-screen controls if they want to play like that. I'm sure they could figure it out.
But that's just the newest game to go free to play. This has been going on. It's been, like Jordan said, a trend for years now. Going back to, League of Legends has been free to play for, I guess, its whole life cycle.
Yeah.
Same thing for Dota and Dota 2, I guess. Oh, probably almost 10 years.
Which is kind of crazy because you look back at those games and they obviously make money. They make,
oh my gosh,
they make so much money. And you look at them and you're like, well, that's a really good free to play model. You know, I knew somebody that was a semi-professional League of Legends player, and they were so good that they got sent a credit card or debit card that gave them in-game points for however much money they spent on the credit card. I mean, if that's
Not good enough to go pro, boom, roasted.
Yeah, pretty much. It was just, they're like, I just don't have the time to actually,
Excuses.
play. Yeah.
Excuses.
Yep, exactly. If you want to go pro, just do it. Just practice and do it.
You go back even further than that, though, and the preeminent example of free-to-play shenanigans is, of course, mobile games.
Oh, yeah, man. There's so many games that are, especially now, it's a trough of, or I guess, what's a lot? I can't think of another.
A big trough.
Thank you. Yeah, there's so many.
Trough.
Everybody's trying to get in on the mobile game trend. Back from, back in time when Angry Birds was big or whatever else, Flappy Bird or whatever the other big ones were at the time. Everybody's trying to get a piece of that free to play.
I think it was way, way, way worse, but maybe I'm wrong. But I feel like it was, as far as bad free-to-play games, it was way worse back in the day. With Plants vs. Zombie 2, of course, is notorious because the first one was so good, and then the second one was just full of microtransactions, and that's the big thing when people think free-to-play, especially back in the day. I think it's gotten better over the last few years, is the free-to-play pay-to-win nonsense.
I definitely agree with that. Having played and playing a free-to-play game, just back in the day, it was just, a couple ads here and there. And
No, back in the day, it was microtransactions were the bane of everyone's existence.
Well, I was going to say now, I'd say it's gotten better, but some games are still super heavy free-to-play. Or sorry, not free-to-pay-to-play with transactions and such. So
Yeah, but I think it was way, way worse back in the day. It was so much worse.
I'm trying to think. Speaking to not Monster Hunter, but Plants vs. Zombies 2. I can definitely speak to that as far as going into that one thinking it was going to be just as good as the first one. Man, that was not the case.
This is why people don't like to pay for mobile games. They think that they should be free to play.
Yeah, I definitely get that, but I also kind of look at the whole thing of, there are good pay to play mobile games out there, but they're definitely the free ones. They are definitely riddled with ads most of the time, though.
Are they?
Yeah. Now, granted, so I still play Seven Deadly Sins Grand Cross, which is a free to play.
Oh gosh, I actually kind of forgot about that game.
Yeah. So now, granted, it's not riddled with ads or anything, but it's definitely a pay to play game as far as you need to spend money to get the newest characters that come out like once or twice a month or whatever. And if you don't have those characters, you get left behind.
I mean, think about Candy Crush and Clash of Clans. All those games came out like 10 years ago.
That's a good point.
That's when
or Puzzles and Dragons. That was a big one.
Right? Yeah, Puzzles and Dragons was really big. I think it might have been bigger in Japan.
Probably, yeah.
But yeah, that's another example of these are games that people literally had to pay to play. You remember getting the notifications saying how long you had until you could play. Oh, you want to buy gems so you can play early.
That's true. I honestly forgot about that. That reminds me of my mom was super into Candy Crush. That's the one with the candy and
Your mom was into Candy Crush and Farmville.
She's clean now though. She's clean. We got her off of that, and she kept saying, "I want to play more. Can I?" I was like, "No." I was like, you do not spend money to play the next level. That's a bad idea. That's how, or more lives or big explosions or whatever.
I don't know. I think I may have played Candy Crush once.
Yeah, I don't understand the people that are just super mega addicted to it. I don't get it. Now, granted, there was a time in my life where I was pretty hardcore into Bejeweled, man. I really dug
Bejeweled, really?
Yeah, I really liked it. There was something about it.
I mean, I like Bejeweled, but I never paid a cent for it.
Oh, no, I didn't pay for it. I just played it a lot for like a month. It was
Okay.
it was like my thing. I don't think I'd ever pay to get an extra life or to clear a level or something in Bejeweled. I think I'd go to rehab before I did that. But yeah, it definitely is one of those things where you almost have to like go back in a time machine in your mind or on the internet to remember what the, I guess, building blocks or crowning achievements of the mobile game empire that it is now. The Candy Crushes, the Angry Birds,
I don't think you have to go back in time. I think those are still the most popular games.
Well, they are. I don't play them anymore. Like they're not in my wheelhouse. They're not in my like little what's
I think wheelhouse is fine.
yeah. And they're
Rotation.
Thank you. Yeah, like I'm not looking for them. Whereas before it was just like, oh man, like the new
You were looking for these games.
new hot mobile.
Holy
game.
crap! I was busy playing Batman Arkham City while you were playing Candy Crush.
Yeah, man, just gotta get the itch. I'm on a high score in Candy
Oh my
Crush.
gosh!
Yeah, I don't think I was ever actually that into Candy Crush. I'm sure I installed it and played a little bit of it, but you know, I definitely got out of that scene pretty quickly. Even though I still play that damn mobile game.
You mentioned you were playing a new one. Is that Genshin Impact?
Yes. So the way Genshin Impact was originally sold to us in the West is it was going to be an MMORPG. And then when it
Was it? I didn't.
that's the vibe everybody got from it before, more promotional.
People aren't very good at. They should probably stop getting vibes because they're not good at it.
No, people should stop. I feel unless you have concrete evidence, people should not be able to spread information. That's yeah.
Good luck with that.
I know exactly, but yeah. So that was kind of the inkling everybody had. You know, oh, it's going to be an open world, Breath of the Wild looking MMORPG.
Breath of the Wild looking. What do you mean by that? By looking,
People say
like visuals.
yes. I don't want to call it a clone because I feel it's not a clone, and I can't really say that because one, I've never played Breath of the Wild, but people were saying it's a Breath of the Wild clone because it looks like Breath of the Wild, and also
I thought, does it play? What does it play like?
it's an open world single player action RPG.
That's what Breath of the Wild is.
Oh, okay. And you have a glider.
Yes, that's Breath of the Wild. You have a glider.
Okay, so it checks those two boxes. So I guess people can consider it to be Breath of the Wild. I've seen it compared to people. You know, people on Reddit, they'll take a screenshot of the Pokemon expansion and they'll be like, "This is $60," and they'll take a screenshot of
Pokemon expansion is $30.
I know, just they were wrong on that front, but they were like, you know, this is $60, and they'll take a screenshot of Genshin Impact and like, this is free, and you know, it has a background and it has stuff in the background and stuff you can go to, and people were like, but Pokemon isn't an open world like how this is an open world. It's not a fair argument, but anyway,
I don't understand.
You don't understand why they were comparing Genshin Impact to
No,
Pokemon?
I don't understand. Why does that make Pokemon exempt? If Pokemon's not an open world, I don't understand the. Maybe it is the comparison. I don't
understand why this. I get why they made the comparison because they're trying to say that
they're saying that Pokemon didn't have that much work put into it, and Genshin Impact might have had similar or more work put into it. One of them is free, and one of them costs money.
Correct. That, and I think.
But then someone said it's not a fair comparison.
Correct.
But why isn't it a fair comparison?
I think the reasoning that person had to make that comment. Granted, I'm not inside their head, but if I had to be, I think I would probably say the fact that Pokemon currently isn't. They're not trying to make it an open world format, but I think they're trying to get there.
I think the point the person was trying to make was that this kind of makes Pokemon look like it's not worth that much money. I don't think they were trying to say Pokemon is an open world. I mean, let me try to. No, that is an open world. Hold on.
I get what you're trying to say.
There are $60 games that aren't open worlds.
Yes, I think they were just basically trying to say, like, look how good this free to play game is.
Right. I mean, honestly, Pokemon is.
It's its own thing.
No, that's not what I'm trying to say. It's bad.
Okay.
I think Pokemon. I like Pokemon. I probably always will like Pokemon. And I don't want to get into Pokemon because that's what this episode is about. But the more and more I think about it, they just they get so close, but then there's so many things that clearly they could have done, but that they didn't. And that's where I think the comparison. This game costs a lot of money, and this one didn't. And you can't really do that much in Pokemon. Maybe compared to this game, there's still no voice acting. You can't really do anything. The more I think about it, you can't do anything in Pokemon.
No.
You can't do anything.
What is it? The after game is collect the Pokemon.
You can't do anything during the game.
No, not really. There's not a big. I mean, you can go outside and catch Pokemon.
The story's awful, and I liked the game. I really did, but I think that there's a lot to be desired. But what about the microtransactions or lack thereof in Genshin Impact?
Okay, so Genshin, I'm about 10 to 12 hours into Genshin Impact. And I am someone that does believe and support in microtransactions in games. It doesn't matter to the game. If I feel the game deserves my money, I will, and it has good microtransactions, I will support them in that. Now, granted, with Genshin Impact, from what I have seen on the internet as well as YouTube videos and such, you do not have to spend money to get to the end game, sort of a thing. Like the only thing you're spending money on is to get characters sooner than when you would unlock them, because you unlock most of the characters through the story at a certain, I think it's called an adventurer rank in this one. So when you hit a certain rank in the story, you can do more story missions, and then you get the characters from doing those missions.
Is this a PvP or just PvE?
It's just PvE. When you hit a certain rank or level, I'll just call it a level. When you hit a certain level, you can invite someone into your world to do like world bosses or to do a mission with you or something. But it's not this big, grandiose, huge multiplayer hub or anything. I think it's 4 players total on a map together. So it's not like a big, huge open world thing or anything like that. And I know when you start the game, I think it gives you like 1 or 2 free summons where you go in and you summon 10 things, and you can either get characters or weapons from this, and you usually get some pretty good stuff.
Does it take you a long time, or does it cost a lot or anything?
To get the materials and stuff? No. Now, granted, to roll or to use the gacha system, whichever you want to call it, it does cost real world money.
Yeah, I assume so.
And granted, I know getting to certain levels and stuff in the game does give you that currency to pull, to do the 10 pulls and stuff like that. But like I said, most of the characters you get through the story, except for like 3 or 4 maybe that you can only get from those banners. But granted, it doesn't mean that you're not going to get them through later story adventures or whatever that haven't been announced. So from what I've seen, I haven't felt the need to dump money into the game just to get characters to particularly change.
Does it constantly ask? I said too much. Does it constantly ask you to spend money or put a notification up or anything?
No, there's not. There's not a notification. There's not a window. I don't even think there's a window, like a pop up or anything when you open the game of like, hey, spend.
Right.
Like there's not that at all.
Seems like it's still popular.
Oh yeah, it's still getting tons of good reviews, and it seems like everybody's playing it, man. Everybody is getting into it, and I get it. Like it's a beautiful game. There's so much voice acting in this. It's kind of crazy. There's tons of voice acting, and it's definitely a well-made game. Now, granted, you got bad stuff with like anything. Granted, if people are worried about the particular company that runs Genshin Impact, they've done some crazy stuff with some other mobile games.
Who do you know who?
Miho. I forgot they're a Chinese company.
Okay.
And I can't really speak to that because I haven't really dealt with them personally through other mobile games or anything like that. But I know there's some stuff like back and forth, and some people are saying, it takes too long to install on PC, and then some people are worried about spyware and this and that. I guess with anything with dealing with a foreign company, people are
especially Chinese with all the TikTok stuff,
and people are concerned and stuff, and they're worried about it. But all in all, it seems that people, here and there are excited and having fun with the game, especially with it being free to play, and people just wanting something new to play.
Still seems to be popular on Twitch and stuff too.
Oh yeah, it's definitely hitting great numbers, and I always see a lot of people on Twitter and Instagram and stuff saying, because we followed the game and stuff, but we didn't think that, Mo Show down the road or whatever was going to be playing Genshin. They didn't think it was going to be this popular. Like people that don't even play a lot of games and stuff in my friends list and stuff, I see them playing this and I'm like, that's cool. Good.
What's it on? What is it on?
It's on, so you can play it on PC.
What's it on PC?
Oh, you download it through their.
Oh, they have their own client. Okay.
They have their own client, and it does take a pretty penny to install. Like it's not a quick download, and nobody can really figure out why. It just kind of takes forever. Some people just.
Is it a big game?
No,
not particularly.
Not particularly. I think it's maybe 30 gigs.
Okay.
Not big at all, and
compared to Call of Duty.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
About, way less than 3 times.
Oh yeah, it's not a big game at all. It just took, but once it downloaded, I think when I launched it up the other day, there was like a small patch, and it took 8 seconds to install the patch. And there is a mobile version, and so it is cross save. Like I just log in with my Twitter, and stuff.
It's multiplayer, right?
Yeah, it's multiplayer to an extent, like to a small percent of it. It's like you can jump into my world or I can jump into your world. And like I said, it's up to 4 players multiplayer, but it's not like, oh man, we're going to do huge world raid or anything. It's not like a WoW or anything huge like that. I'd say it's multiplayer light at best. It's a single player.
Can you play through it with other people?
At a certain point, yes.
Okay.
Not from the get-go, but at a certain point, yes, you can do things with your friends. And sometimes you do need a friend to do stuff. There's like islands and stuff far off because there is a stamina system. And sometimes you can't get there.
That's another thing Breath of the Wild has is a stamina system.
Yeah, so there's a stamina system. And if you run out of stamina and you're in the water, you'll die. And so there's like an island that's far off. And there's a guy, his first attack can shoot ice. And if you're on water, it'll freeze. So,
it's also similar to Breath of the Wild.
So you'll get you and 3 buddies and you'll all have the ice dude because he's you get him within the first 1 or 2 missions and you'll freeze and then somebody else will go up there and freeze and then freeze. And you'll keep going so you can get to the island, which I guess has something cool on it, like materials or whatever it is or whatever. It's in the middle of the damn ocean, miles out. So it has to have something cool.
I do kind of want to check it out, but I'm not sure. I guess it won't hurt. It is free. But I think that kind of not undoubtedly, but undeniably the big daddy that started at least the super modern free to play model is of course Fortnite.
Oh yeah, as much as I meme on that game and joke about it and just straight up don't like it, it definitely did a lot of good for this particular free-to-play industry.
Yeah, of course, the game, it originally started out as Save the World, I think, was the zombie horde mode, and then absolutely exploded when it transitioned to a free-to-play battle royale genre. They kind of invented the battle pass, or at least popularized it, which I think is the best model to go forward with microtransactions and monetization.
Oh yeah, most definitely. It's really sweet, especially when there's a free to play and a premium for the battle pass. That's really nice for players that want to still get stuff from playing the game they really enjoy, but don't want to dump money into it.
I mean, of course, ever since then, Call of Duty has a battle royale, Apex Legends has a battle royale, Spellbreak is a big battle royale game, and these are Fall Guys is not a battle royale, but that's another big free-to-play game that's come out since Fortnite has a battle pass and everything. I think it's almost weird when a multiplayer game comes out and it isn't free at this point.
I definitely agree with that. It is weird. And that's the easiest way to describe it. When you see a game that is just meant to chill with your friends and play or be serious and play, whatever. And you're just like, wait a minute.
This costs money?
I have to convince my friends to spend money?
Yeah, exactly. When I was looking at Escape from Tarkov, the game, it was super popular. I think it's still probably popular, but it was massive on Twitch earlier this year. I think it was, and it was like, what? I had to pay money for this? It's like $40.
Yeah, or the other one that's not free to play, but trying to convince your friends to be like, oh man, spend $20 on Among Us. Why?
Among Us is $5.
Oh,
so it's basically free to play.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. I guess somebody told me the wrong price, but yeah, it's one of those things where Among Us seems like it'd be fun for, I don't know, a couple hours, maybe a couple days, and then be like, all right, we're going to keep doing the same thing over and over.
I think I got burnt out on Among Us without even playing it because half the people that I watch on Twitch are playing it. A lot of YouTubers that I like, I'm literally not even watching right now. Still subscribe to them, but I don't watch them as much as I used to because they release so much Among Us content.
Yeah, it's definitely, and I get it, when people are looking for content to watch, you gotta put it out there.
It's an interesting concept for sure.
It is.
I wouldn't be opposed to playing it.
Yeah, I think it would be fun if I had a huge group of people to play with, but it definitely, me and a friend were.
It's only, 5? You don't really need a huge group of people unless you mean rotating friends.
Yeah, I'm talking about just rotating friends. And like me and a friend were talking when we were fixing his computer and stuff. He's like, I got friends that ask me to play it like every damn night. And he's like, no. He's like, it's the same thing every night.
I just realized Fall Guys isn't free to play. I'm dumb. Fall Guys is $30, I think. I just got it free because it's on. It was on PS Plus.
Yeah, so
it's free to me.
Yeah,
free, I'm dumb.
Free for unlimited.
But
time.
How is that game not free?
That's a good point. I don't know, man. It's probably to the point where they're thinking
they changed our brain chemistry with Fortnite.
Oh yeah, man, they definitely did. I don't know, man. I don't know if anything is gonna ever be as big as Fortnite.
I think, there are things that are already as big as Fortnite. Minecraft, League of Legends, I think, is as big as Fortnite or bigger. In certain markets, PUBG is just as big as Fortnite.
That's true. I guess you just don't hear about it as often.
No, it's just our market. Fortnite is one of the biggest games in the world, and especially, in the West.
That's true. Everybody's doing the dances. Everybody's doing the...
Oh my gosh. I went to a baseball game last year, and there were kids doing the floss. Holy crap. I wanted to throw myself off the balcony.
Like I have said multiple times, and I'll say multiple times again, Fortnite's not my game, but I will say they have done a damn good job of making sure they can still rake in that money with the people they partner up with.
Well, they've also done a good job of not just a battle pass, but of constantly updating the game. When I play Overwatch, I downloaded Overwatch. It's my heroine. I haven't played it yet. Maybe I won't play it. I don't know. But I re-downloaded it, and I was just thinking... There is no content for this game. They haven't released a new hero in months, and they're not going to until Overwatch 2 comes out. Their seasonal events are boring and reused. There's no new thing to do on a daily. There's no quests. There's no battle pass in Overwatch. They still, it almost seems archaic that they still use the loot box system.
Yeah.
And when you look at every Apex Legends, Call of Duty, Rocket League, I mean, these games are League of Legends, of course, and Fortnite, of course. These games and many, many more. They have a massive user base, and one of the reasons that I think Overwatch's user base has fallen off, and it still has, people say it's dead, but I don't think it's dead, and it's gonna get a big rush in of new and old players whenever Overwatch 2 comes out. Apparently, there's rumors that it's going to be out sometime, at least in beta form, early next year. But because of BlizzCon is coming out, so of course people are wondering, I wonder if Overwatch 2 is coming out. But there's no bait at the end of the hook. There's nothing drawing you in. Yeah, the gameplay is great, but there's nothing. There's nothing. I feel like I'm running around in a hamster wheel right now because I'm saying the same thing over and over again.
There's nothing to grab you. There's nothing new. There's no seasons. There's
the updates don't come, and they're not the good. Exactly. That's a perfect way to put it. It's stale.
There's nothing to grab you to want to play it.
Not Overwatch, but Apex Legends is always doing these crazy weird events.
They're doing
Fortnite.
Right now.
You can swim now, apparently.
Whoa.
So Overwatch doesn't do anything like that, and I don't think anything Blizzard does in general. I don't think they do. There's no battle royale mode.
The only thing close to that Blizzard does anything like that is their seasons in Diablo 3.
Yeah, but
they
don't really. That's just seasons. Like Overwatch has seasons.
Well, I know that, but they introduce different gear and stuff you can get. It's still something you can strive for.
It's still minimal, but it's there.
It's still minimal, but it's still something. If you use this character or whatever during this season, you get this cool thing or whatever.
I'm sure that they're probably planning on doing more of all this stuff when Diablo 4 comes out.
Yes.
And when Overwatch 2 is not only getting PvP, but of course it is getting PvE, which I'm also excited about. Hopefully they will bring in ideas from other companies that have been doing this for the past 2, 3, 4 years.
I think Blizzard
really well.
I think Blizzard is waiting a lot to release a lot of their ideas for Overwatch 2. I honestly do. But yeah, it's one of those things where the people that are still playing Overwatch are either just so addicted to it, they just can't. They just don't want to jump into anything else, or they just don't want to play it anymore because it's just so stale. There's nothing enticing them to jump back into it like a new gun in Apex Legends. Like what is it? The Sentinel's now full auto. It's a full auto sniper rifle. Yeah. It's pretty sweet. So there's always new stuff to jump into with Apex, whether it's a new hero, a new map, a new event like Ryan was talking about. They're always doing crazy shit. League of Legends of
course, when they come up with new heroes.
Yeah, I can't even, or a new skin.
That's a Sly Cooper skin in League. It's old, but yeah. I noticed that one of my friends plays League of Legends sometimes. I remember years ago, I was, is that Sly Cooper?
Dude, League of Legends, their marketing team with the skins, beautiful job.
Of course, Runeterra has, they just released out of beta a few months ago, and they're already doing more than Overwatch is doing. Of course, they are free, like most of these games that we're talking about are, and Overwatch isn't free. To keep that in mind, but still, you want there to be more stuff to come back to. If anything, that's more reason that there should be more stuff. But Runeterra, they're releasing new sets, of course. I think a new set is coming out next week. They've talked about releasing new
regions?
Cosmetics.
Yeah, new regions.
I think they're releasing,
You're talking about cosmetics.
Cosmetics, yeah, new cosmetics. Apparently they're having card rarities or something that's coming sooner, so
cool.
Some people are going to be spending money on that. This is all stuff that drags people, I don't want to say drags because that sounds, although maybe they do want to drag people.
It brings people back into the game like, oh, I should update that, or I should log back in.
Exactly. I think most people have a handful, whether or not they play single player games, they have either one or they have a handful of games that they play on a weekly or daily basis.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
And you want to get those people. That's why the free-to-play model works so well.
Most definitely. And if it's done well, like in the case of League of Legends, Apex, Runeterra, different, obviously whatever Genshin Impact is doing, it's going well.
I would be interested to see the numbers on that, on Genshin Impact.
How well it's doing? Yeah, it had, I think a couple days ago, it had almost 170,000 people watching it on Twitch.
That's good. That's definitely good. There is a kind of another model that goes along hand in hand with the subscription. There are things like Game Pass, which give you Game Pass. You can get Fallout 76, Sea of Thieves, and No Man's Sky, and that comes with, I think, all the updates.
Yeah, I will ring this bell through and through. Game Pass is the best thing I buy every month for gaming.
I think Anthem you can get. I think you can get it on EA Access, one of the tiers. I don't know who's playing Anthem.
I went to the Anthem Reddit the other day just to see what was up there. I didn't dive too deep, but apparently people are still hopeful.
Of course they are. But they shouldn't be.
There's people still playing this game.
Yeah, of course there are, but they shouldn't be.
It blows my mind that they're doing that. But yeah, I love Game Pass. I really like Sea of Thieves. If I can get people to
Sea of Thieves is fun, but there's just so many. I only play Warframe. There's another free-to-play game we could talk about. I was going to say I only play a couple, multiplayer games, and I played less and less. I do kind of want to get back, but you never know how I'm feeling about it. But Warframe is another excellent game that is a good example of, I don't think there's any pay-to-win shenanigans.
It's now granted, when something new comes out, you can buy the Warframe, or you can grind for it. And their biggest thing is no jerks, no bad people or whatever. And so the community is literally all nice to each other. If there's like an asshole or something, like, you're out, you're banned, no more. And I really do love Warframe. It's just one of those things, putting time into it and getting back into it. And they do a lot of good for the community. Like all the artists and the fan artists and stuff, they were like, hey, you guys do really cool fan art. How about you design cosmetics for our game, and we'll just put them in this. You can just put them in the Steam marketplace, and people can just buy them, and you can get paid. And so that's some people's jobs now. People that were fans of the game now make cosmetics for the game, and players buy them, and they get paid, and that's their thing. It's really, really cool. So you can get some really awesome custom items for your character from fans of the game.
Yeah, I think that this model, free to play, and of course, I guess we can talk about just. This is more than just free to play. It's more of like games as a service. These games that people come back to over and over again. They hang out with their friends, or you can go from hanging with your friends all the way to getting super hardcore into a game like Fortnite or Overwatch and going pro or something.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. It's really cool to have such a low barrier of entry to a game other than hard drive space and time to play it. It's really nice just to be able to jump into a game and it be something you can enjoy without being like, man, I'm going to spend $60 on this. I hope I get my, monies out of it. I hope I enjoy it, It's really nice to have such a wide plethora of games that are really, really amazing.
There is a free-to-play or a games as a service. If we want to transition into just games as a service in general, I mean, there's one for everybody. Of course, there's FPSs, there's MMORPGs, there's weird stuff like Sea of Thieves and Rocket League, there's Battle Royales, there's Anthem. If God help you, you want to play Anthem.
Yeah, I mean, hell, even Destiny 2 is free to play now.
That's true. I forgot about that.
I remembered that because I jumped in and did.
I saw you playing Destiny yesterday.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I was trying to figure out how to do the Halloween event, and apparently you had to go do a strike with the mask on. But I haven't gone into the.
When is the new stuff coming out? Is it next month?
The 10th
of this month
of November.
Okay, I was like, holy crap!
Everything that is important in gaming next month is on the 10th. Cyberpunk's
coming out the same day as the Destiny Beyond Light. Oh my!
Yeah, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Everything is like, all right, you want to play Cyberpunk? Our cool shit's coming out today too. You gotta pick. I forget what else is coming out on that day, but more stuff's coming out on the.
Holy crap!
Yeah, and so it's like, damn it, it's so. I don't know, man. Like this new Destiny Beyond Light, holy shit! Some of this new stuff. Also, there's a bunch of stuff apparently I might need to do maybe before it comes out, but I don't really know if I care enough.
Like have to or
have to's in quotes.
Okay, so you're not saying that there's prerequisites for playing Beyond Light?
No, I don't think so. I think you can just jump it. I think you just have to do the prologue thing, which I don't know. Who knows? I haven't looked too much into it. I figured I'd just buy it, jump into it, and kind of figure out where it is.
Is that the Ice Maker?
Yeah, man. It's just
that's what's breaking through our wall.
I'd be interested to see what their story was.
Kool-Aid Man.
Oh man, why can't we get him in Smash? That'd be cool.
Kool-Aid Man in Smash.
Yes, he's strong, man. Especially if you read his comics, he's super strong.
You read the Kool-Aid Man comics?
I watched a Nerd Sync video about it.
Oh, Nerd Sync. Okay,
I think
I haven't watched Nerd Sync in a long time. I thought Game Theory, Film Theory. Somebody made a.
Maybe it was Film Theory. It was Film Theory, not Nerd Sync. Sorry.
No, it's Food Theory.
That's what it was.
I'm not remember before I unsubscribed from all three of his channels.
I'm not subscribed to him anymore either. I just couldn't. I didn't enjoy his content anymore, so I hopped out.
I just don't enjoy watching Five Nights at Freddy's and Minecraft videos every week.
Dude, he's got to milk that content, man.
It's a grind. I tell you what, it is a grind. Dude. I don't blame him. Got anything else to talk about though?
Now is a good time to play games as ever with free to play games and games as a service. I mean, the fact that
a lot of these games are coming to the next gen.
Yes, that too. And also it's really easy to pick a game and kind of just, there's a game that's free to play that's good in almost every genre.
Well, like we said, no, there is a free to play game that's good in every genre. There's not almost every genre. And especially if we branch out to not just free to play, but like I said, games as a service, Monster Hunter World is another excellent. I should probably still play the game. I own that game. I haven't played it in months. I don't think I've played it since the beginning of the year. But that's another big, massive games as a service that has updated the game. Apparently, the Iceborne is really good.
Oh man, apparently, yeah. There's a lot of cool stuff, cool hunting monsters, and it's an epic game.
I think one of the reasons that single player DLC has gotten better at least, might be because of they want to bring people back, just like the people in these free to play and games as a service do. I got Controls DLC. I used my other $10 Epic coupon. By the way, I don't know if they're still doing it, but if you want to add Rocket League to your wish list, they have been giving out $10 coupons. So check that out. But yeah, I got it for $5. It was the All and the Foundation DLC expansions, the whole bundle for $5 after the $10 coupon.
That's a steal.
Which is insane. I didn't know if they were constantly doing it, if it was a deal, so I couldn't pass it up.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
I'll get Mortal Shell later.
Oh yeah,
Mortal Shell's only $30, so I'll get it at another time.
Yeah, that's definitely a deal. I love Control, the atmosphere, the everything. I need to get in there and play the DLC because the story is awesome.
I think the atmosphere and the visual storytelling, if you look around, the feeling that you get, atmospheric. I think atmospherically, that's one of maybe the best games ever.
Yeah, it's definitely really, really sweet because it makes you wonder while you're playing it. It's not just go from point A to point B, shoot the thing, kill the thing.
It's also kind of spooky. So Halloween.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Man, but there are some, this makes me kind of want to go play, just chill out, listen to a podcast and play Sea of Thieves. Just kind of be a pirate.
By yourself?
Maybe. It's kind of, I did try it once by myself and it is hard to man a dinghy.
I don't even know if that would be fun.
It wasn't. It was
the fun thing about Sea of Thieves. And I've heard they've gotten a lot better since we played, but at least for me, the fun part was dicking around and getting mad at your friends and locking them in the brig.
Yo, man, I was in the brig for a long time.
You were. You just kept dicking around.
I did. I was trying to point and accidentally pointed with my gun. And shot
you shot Jake.
Shot Jake. Shot the gunpowder. Blew up the ship.
He was holding gunpowder or something, right?
Yep, and our ship went down. It was not good, and then the Kraken came, and it was just
and then we voted you to go in the brig.
And I just stayed there. It was
only like 10 minutes.
It was an eternity.
It was an eternity in Sea of Thieves time.
It was an eternity for me.
I think that's about it, though. Let us know your favorite free-to-play or games as a service game.
Yeah. Sorry. I was thinking about Sea of Thieves and Genshin Impact and kind of just...
I saw a tear go down.
Yeah, I kind of just dazed off for a little bit. If you want to reach out to the podcast, you can on Twitter, at A Dialogue Tree. That's also our Instagram, A Dialogue Tree. If you want to email the show, you can email us questions, topics, etc. adialoguetree@gmail.com.
You can also find Jordan on Twitter at Aswaylock. I always forget how to spell that.
It's going to be in the description. You don't have to spell it for him.
You can follow me on Twitter at Ryan Divisions. You already said the podcast, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Anything else? I guess you can listen. Of course you can listen. You're listening right now, and you should be listening. Go subscribe to us on your favorite podcast app or on YouTube. We were on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Pandora, etc., and so on. If we are not on your favorite podcast app, tell us. We will do our damnedest to get on there for you.
Yeah, we just got put on a new one, and I can't remember which one it is, so I'm logging in to see what the new destination is.
Apparently we're on Audible now.
Yeah, we're on Audible and Amazon Music, and the new destination we are on, as soon as the website loads, is going to be, I honestly forgot it, because they just released it a couple days ago for us to put our podcast into. It is going to be Podcast Index.
All right. Also... Do me a favor.
Sorry, not Podcast Index. It's going to be Player FM.
Okay, Player. I think I've heard of that. But yeah, also do us a favor, and if whatever app you're using has a rating system, give us that big 5 stars, especially on Apple Podcasts. They have a in-app rating system. Give us a 5-star. Tell us what you think about the podcast. If you think we're dummies, tell us we're dummies, but just give us 5 stars. Give us a like on YouTube, of course. Means a lot. Would mean the world to both of us.
I can't say it better myself. We'll see y'all next time.
I still don't know how to end a podcast. I don't know what song this is.